Come on, you know you gotta sweat. You know you
always gotta sweat.
There's always a sweat. There's always a sweat.
And now an 8 and an 8 only would send Kelly Kim home.
The river card is in. Kelly Kim stays alive and doubles up. Over 1,000 people here watching this final table, many of them Kelly Kim fans.
And the small lobster is still safe in the corner of that tank.
Ivan Demidov couldn't put Kelly Kim away, and so the man everyone thought would be the first one to go out is still alive. And we are still nine-handed at the 2008 World Series of Poker final table. Back at the Rio in the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, Kelly Kim has a lot of the crowd, but not a lot of chips.
All right. 2 kings, wow.
Can you believe there's an upper deck for a poker game? Who would ever have thunk it?
After that double up, Kelly Kim still the short stack with 1.5 million chips, and what a thrill for one of our November 9. Their first bracelet will be that World Championship bracelet. Back to action now. Folded over to Chino Ream. He looks down at Ace-King offsuit.
Chino, notoriously impatient, says, I'm going to wait for good cards.
And he's going to raise. He's got good cards.
Yes, sirree.
800,000 to go. Demidov folds to the short stack, Kelly Kim. Ace-King.
They have the same hand, but Kim's got the prettiest king in the deck.
And he is all in with that Ace-King. Action over to Dennis Phillips now.
You can hear the stir from the cheap seats.
He folds.
I call.
Chino calls, and they'll have fun with this.
Oh, all right. All right. You want to chop it right now?
Let's just chop it right now.
I'm happy chopping it right now.
No one needs to get hurt. No one needs to get hurt.
I'm happy chopping it right now.
Kelly could get hurt. He's at risk once again, but it is Ace-King versus Ace-King.
Hearts and clubs.
I bet money a Korean wins this hand.
Both players are Korean Americans who live in Southern California.
This will be a chopped pot unless one of the players makes a flush.
All right, now the flop. It is all hearts.
Oh, no!
Chino Ream has the ace of hearts.
Bad news for Kelly Kim. Kim was knocked out of the World Series Europe main event in this exact Ace-King scenario when John drew Wanda River to flush.
Sweat it out. Just sweat it out because it's not out of my hands.
Turn card now, Queen of Clubs.
You got to fade one more, kid. That's all you got to do.
One more for Kelly Kim to sweat.
Fade one more.
Black.
Call him for a black card, of course.
Run it twice. Black.
Kelly Kim at risk.
Anything but a heart, and Kelly Kim survives.
It's red, but it's a diamond, so Kelly Kim stays alive. A chop pot with Chino Ream.
You see a red queen on the river. How you feel, kid? You see a red queen.
The other players expected Kelly to go out first, but he's sticking around.
Man, why is it so much torture, guys?
Kelly Kim is still safe in his corner of the lobster tank.
Well, Chino Ream might not have the biggest number of fans in the crowd, but he does have a loyal group of pros cheering him on. As you see right there, Chino takes very seriously the responsibility of bringing this title home to the pro community.
If I win this tournament, I'm not winning for me. I'm doing it for us, for the people who play poker that have been in this game. For the past couple of years, the winners that you've had winning the main event were amateurs or you never heard of them. And to hear people, especially established players, say he's sort of carrying the weight on his shoulders, I'm definitely going to go out there and do my best and try to play as solid as any other great poker player at that final table would play.
Don't say I didn't gamble, boys.
I've got the who's who of poker to get advice from. Mike Matisout, Barry Greenstein, JC Tran. You can't beat that. That type of information is invaluable, and I got it for free, so I'm lucky.
I was insta-reshoving both of you guys. How's that?
A lot of people are rooting for me, hoping that I do well. Not only do I not want to let them down, but I don't want to let myself down.
Chino's come close to winning a bracelet, making 2 final tables. He's trying to become the first established pro to win the main event since Carlos Mortensen in 2001.
It's an all-star evening here.
This is exciting, man.
Past main event champions everywhere you look. You saw Johnny Chan. There's Chris Ferguson, 2-time winner Doyle Brunson. And, of course, the youngest main event champ ever, Phil Hellmuth.
And his record could be busted tonight. Craig Marquis is 23 years old. He's trying to beat Hellmuth's record. as is Peter Eastgate, the youngest player at this table, 22 years old.
So the drama continues, still nine-handed at this championship table. Action on David Chino Ream. He looks down at pocket jacks.
800.
He's going to raise it to 800,000.
8 announced.
Demidov folds. Eastgate lays it down. Over to the man who started as chip leader, Dennis Phillips, with pocket queens.
I'm all in.
And moves all in and takes that lucky coin to protect his cards.
Well, he hopes pocket queens can right the ship.
Action back now to Chino Ream. Dennis said he's very cognizant of Philip Hilm, who was last year's chip leader coming to the final table and went out first, and Dennis could be staring at the same fate.
Well, it's one of three things, buddy. Either we're flipping, I got you dominated, or you got me dominated.
Yep.
Chino said he'd play mistake-free poker. Tough to lay this down.
I really hope it's tens and not queens. I call.
He calls, and he'll hate to see the queens.
A good read, but he couldn't dump that hand. And Dennis Phillips will be at risk.
Phillips will try to dodge bad luck and double up at this championship table. His girlfriend and none of his fans imagine that Dennis could be the first one knocked off this table.
Dennis Phillips might have been the most adversely affected by the long layoff to this final table. He had all the momentum back in July, now trying to regain that momentum just in time.
Chino's pro supporters include Greg Mueller on the left, J.C. Tran on the right.
That's the one I really felt that you had. You looked at it so quick, you're like queens.
Frankly, I'd have probably done the same with tens.
Indeed, Dennis was getting so short-stacked, he probably would have pushed with any big pocket pair.
All right, so Dennis Phillips at risk, but ahead right now. The flop, oh, and he loves to see that. The tray 5-king keeps Phillips ahead.
Dennis Phillips was the chip leader going into this final table. If he gets unlucky here, he will be the first one eliminated.
And now the turn card. 9 of diamonds, no help to Chino.
And now only a river jack would knock Dennis Phillips out.
Phillips can't bear to watch. He's going to let his supporters tell him what happens on the river. The roar says it all. A harmless 6 allows Phillips to double up. And he's swarmed by his supporters. Chino Ream takes the hit, down below $7 million.
Penn and Teller Theater might be renamed Dennis Phillips Stadium.
They love the fact that Team Dennis is trucking along once again. And it begins. With empty briefcases in hand, security heads into the vault to unlock the money that will be the key to someone's future.
What would I do with
$9 million.
Wow, that's a lot of cash. Throw a huge party for all my friends.
Probably get a freshed out Mini Cooper.
Spoil my girlfriend.
9 milli, baby?
Do something good for humanity.
It'd change anybody's life.
One guy who could really use that money, Dennis Phillips, who paid for these hundreds of friends to come to the Rio.
Is there an interstate inside the Rio?
They are a noisy bunch, aren't they?
That's one of your people with that horn?
It's a truck horn.
Oh,
They've got a damn battery and everything in it so they can blow it. It's unreal. Yeah.
All right, you see on the E-Trade Financial final table ticker, only 3 colors of chips remain. The green, 25,000, the lavender, 100,000, and the beige, 250,000.
If I ever get a 250,000 chip, I will never, ever, ever, ever give it up.
All right, action continues at this championship table. Ace 10 offsuit for Ivan Demidov.
There's a poker revolution going on in Russia. Alex Kravchenko made the final table to main event last year, and now Demidov.
Demidov raises it up to just over 1 million chips. Craig Marquis folds over 2. Elon Schwartz, King Queen offsuit in the big blind.